These are quite possibly the biggest anime that are releasing in 2026 this year and will dominate every other anime series. Titles like Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2 and Mushoku Tensei Season 3, and so much more prepared on this list. You may want to stick around to find out every single one on this video and mark them on your to-watch list. This retro steampunk anime series looks like one of the most visually unique releases coming in 2026 by Kyoto Animation. Sparks of Tomorrow is already getting so much attention because it's got a unique steampunk setting, emotional sci-fi atmosphere, and very strong creative team behind it. Now, the setting is in an alternative 20th century filled with advanced electrical technology, and it has characters caught between rapid technological progress and, personal struggles in a changing world. It's evolving, pretty much. But even before release, the visuals and world design from the trailers alone have made it stand out from typical anime announcements. But what's driving the hype initially is the combination of just stylish animation and mystery and the emotional storytelling. It has the kind of atmosphere that just instantly grabs anime fans looking for something so fresh and extremely cinematic. And probably, this is the one you gotta check out. So we have this guy that got betrayed and even killed during a relic expedition, then returned to the past knowing exactly how to become the strongest first.
혹시 당신을 찾고 있었어요.
For anime fans looking for, the Sungjin Woo 2.0 or something along the lines of another version of Solo Leveling, then you gotta check out Tomb Raider King. The main protagonist named Ju-hyun is a relic hunter betrayed by his own team right before death. But after suddenly returning to the past, he uses all of his future knowledge to collect powerful relics before anyone else and completely dominate the world's growing relic wars. But what's driving the hype behind the show is the non-stop progression and of course even the power system. Now for fans out there of Solo Leveling and even Sungjin Woo, stories are already comparing to some of the biggest action manhwa adaptations because of its fast pacing, a very confident main character, and constant power growth, baby. A ruthless salaryman decides to challenge God and then got reincarnated into a World War era as a psycho girl with terrifying power. Now we are only 2 months away from this epic isekai anime to make its return, and I'm so damn excited for it, man. Season 2 continues escalating the war with larger battles, big political tension, and even stronger enemies while pushing Tanya deeper into conflicts she desperately wants to escape from. But what makes it engaging is the constant clash between Tanya's logical mindset and, of course, the chaotic reality of war. Now, for fans out there who like military series combined with magic and strategy and warfare, then you gotta check out Saga of Tanya the Evil because the sequel is airing this year in the month of July. Now, I know for a fact that this is by far one of the biggest isekai anime in the world that is finally returning with the arcs that fans have been waiting for the most to see. Mushoku Tensei Season 3 is easily one of the most anticipated isekai returning in 2026 because of just its massive fan base. I mean, top-tier animation and reputation as one of the most influential modern isekai series. The main protagonist, Rudis, will face against bigger threats, stronger enemies, and major turning points that many light novel readers consider to be some of the best parts of the entire series. But the hype behind this is just the combination of emotional storytelling, incredible world building, and of course, Studio Bind's animation quality. Fans have been waiting years to see some of the upcoming arcs adapted, especially with major characters like Eris returning.
聖地にあってはならない汚れ、書を取り戻し、彼らに罰を与えるのです。
The world's strongest demon king destroyed the heroes sent to kill him, then ended up raising a human child. Of course, we're gonna be getting Clevatus Season 2, which is already building hype because of its dark fantasy setting and brutal action, and of course, the unique Monster King raising a human child storyline. So Clevatus is one of the strongest demon kings in the world, like I said, and pretty much he's taking care of a surviving human baby after strange, turn of events. But the series mixes insane, intense, violence and large-scale fantasy war battles with surprisingly emotional character moments. Season 2 is expected to push the world building and conflict even further, especially after the strong reception to the first season's dark atmosphere and crazy good animation. Woo! 5 years, man. After 5 years, one of the biggest shonen anime is finally coming back in 2026. The return of Black Clover was officially announced during the franchise's 10th anniversary celebration, instantly bringing massive hype back to the series. Even after the movie, by the way. The movie was amazing. You gotta watch it. But the series moves into some of the most anticipated arcs from the manga, and for Asta, he will be part of larger battles and stronger enemies, and of course, major power-ups. I can't wait to see how strong his demon form can get. But what's driving the hype is just the fan base itself. Black Clover already became one of the biggest modern shonen anime during its original run, and the comeback has huge anime event energy surrounding it. I just had to include this in, but this is one of the hardest games ever made, pretty much, that is finally getting an anime adaptation ever since it got announced in 2026. Sekiro No Defeat is already one of the most talked about anime coming in 2026 because it's adapting one of the most beloved From Software games ever made with fully hand-drawn animation. We have a lone shinobi fighting through a brutal war-torn Japan to rescue his kidnapped lord while facing extremely powerful, deadly boss enemies, supernatural threats, and constant death. What's driving the hype is the atmosphere in combat. Fans are just expecting intense samurai sword fights, dark storytelling, and some of the hardest hitting action scenes of 2026, especially after the trailers that started gaining, huge attention online. This is one of my favorites. I cannot wait. Now this anime, I know it gets hate, but it is just completely undeserved in my opinion, because I'm just very excited to see the next season to Tokyo Revengers come into play for 2026. Takemichi's story will get more intense, I tell you, as the conflicts between the three strongest gangs begin, bringing massive fights, betrayals, and major turning points for several fan-favorite characters. Now, this arc is known among manga readers for having some of the series' biggest emotional and action-heavy moments. But what's driving the hype is the scale of the conflict and, of course, the return of characters fans have been waiting to see again. But after years of popularity, Tokyo Revengers still has one of the strongest fan bases in anime, especially for delinquent and gang-focused stories, because I know some of you may be interested in this. By the way, go watch all the previous seasons, it is so worth it. This average salaryman guy, or whatever the hell he is, he got reincarnated into another world as a sentient sword and ended up raising a poor weakling girl to become an unstoppable master and student duo. Reincarnated as a sword is getting a second season and has already very strong hype because the first season just surprised so many anime fans with its mix of action and great storytelling with a unique main character duo, of course, and their relationship and their synergy and their chemistry. But together, they travel, they fight enemies, and grow stronger while forming one of the best mentor-student relationships in modern Isekai. But the hype is the chemistry between them, like I said, for the two main characters, and the strong fantasy adventure atmosphere. Alright, now, I'm sure you didn't expect a series like this to be part of the biggest anime for 2026, but you'll be surprised by the huge fan base this harem series has. But, you know, this anime has become one of the biggest comedy rom-coms, pretty much, anime in recent years, thanks to its chaos and just the absurd humor, the parody, and surprisingly, a very lovable cast. But an average-looking boy was destined to have 100 soulmates, or girlfriends. But the problem is that if any of them are rejected, they die, which pretty much forces him to somehow maintain relationships with every single girl at once while the situation gets increasingly insane. But Season 3 here is expected to introduce even more girlfriends, crazier comedy, and large fan favorite moments from the manga that readers have been waiting to see animated. Here we go again. If this video that you're watching did help that empty space by giving you all more anime to watch, which I hope it did, then do give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below which anime you are going to be watching from this list. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video.